This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Kia ora, good evening, I'm Daryl Baser. Employees of IDEA Services in Dunedin joined colleagues throughout the country as they walked off the job this morning. A number of them took to the street outside their office, receiving support from passing motorists. Definitely not an April Fool's Day joke. IDEA Services workers in Dunedin striking for safer working conditions, joining around 3,000 workers around the country. Air 2 union organiser Leah Sumner says workers need a safer working environment.
We're having staff struck daily by some service users, and it's not fair. We don't have any support from our management. Well, we don't feel like we're getting support from our management.
Workers at IDEA support young and old people with intellectual disabilities. Sumner says they're happy to care for the clients they work with, but says there have been some fairly serious assaults on staff.
You could get a slap in the back of the head, you could get punched in the back of the head, some staff. I mean, it depends how bad it is to what you class. It might be something I class as being minor, but for somebody else they could have classed it as something major.
The union says negotiations with IDEA have come to a standstill, prompting them to take action. Sumner says it's just safer conditions they need, as they're not after more money following the equal pay agreement.
I know people might think that, oh well, it's all about money, but it's not just about money. We'd like to be able to go home to our families too at the end of the day.
She says with the nature of the people they care for, staff don't like to go on strike. In a statement, IDEA Services Chief Operating Officer Joan Cowan says cover is in place to ensure people's safety, and anyone with concerns should contact their local IDEA office. In Dunedin, the South Today. A burn-off which got out of control near Lawrence last night has been contained. The fire began yesterday afternoon near Rowan Road, southwest of Lawrence, toward Tuapeka Flat. It's doubled in size from 10 to 20 hectares over 3 hours yesterday evening as crews from Otago and 2 helicopters with monsoon buckets battled to contain the fire. Fire and Emergency New Zealand spokesman Andrew Norris says crews managed to contain the fire late last night. The Waikariri Volunteer Rural Fire Brigade remained at the scene today, along with staff from City Forests, dampening down hotspots. Dunedin rally driver Emma Gilmore is geared up and ready for the 2019 season. She put her car to its first test at the weekend and came away with a win. Strapping into an old friend. But Emma Gilmore's old friend has been given a new lease of life.
At the end of last season, we really knew that the car had to have some work done to it, so it's been a really big off-season for our team and also for Outfit up in Auckland, who basically we rebuilt the car from scratch. So I went back to a bare shell, got painted, redesigned a lot of stuff under the bonnet, got a lot of weight out of it, and yeah, I don't think the car's ever looked so good.
Gilmore and the crew took the car out for the ESCC Popatunua Rally Sprint, winning the event. She says the team thought about a brand new vehicle, but it was a question of finances.
We contemplated getting a new car, and especially with the new shape Suzuki Swift Sport out, it would have been a nice time to change. But the cost of building a new car, even the upgrade that we've done was an expensive exercise. But to actually start again with a brand new shell and then do the roll cage work and all of those kind of expenses, it really would have just made it too expensive to do.
Showing its speed off the start line at Popatunua, Gilmore admits using the old body shape could be a bit deceptive, as a lot of work has been put in to what's under the hood.
This is the plan. So she looks a bit more aggressive than last season. You've got a new spoiler on the back and different aero on the front. So I think it'll be pretty cool.
She's recently celebrated 17 years since she first entered a rally, and now finds she's helping those driving their way up the ranks.
It is a sport that rewards experience, and there's no shortcut for it. So if you can help someone not make the same mistakes that you did and shorten up their experience or how long it takes them to get the experience, then that's a good thing, because experience also costs money. So the quicker that we can all get up to speed, is the better we can be.
Gilmore and her team are looking forward to the Otago rally in a couple of weeks' time, and she's excited by the changes to the event, which now has more of an international flavour.
The rally committee here have done an amazing job over the years, just building on the event every year, and it just gets more and more popular, and it has such a reputation around the world that it's now actually a round of the Asia Pacific series. So it's fantastic for Dunedin to have this event here.
The 2019 Otago Rally will form the opening round of the FIA APRC Pacific Rally Cup. Gilmore placed as well as ever to make the most of it. In Dunedin, the South Today. 3 people have been killed in a crash in Ashburton and a 4th is critically injured. Police say the 2-car collision happened just after 10 this morning. The roads around the crash site are closed while emergency services work at the scene. And now a 9th person has died after their car crashed into water near Auckland Airport early this morning. It comes on a horror day on New Zealand roads, with 9 people confirmed dead in 3 incidents around the country. Tens of thousands of people poured through the gates at the South Island Agricultural Field Days in Canterbury. Organisers of the event at Kirwi were determined it would be the biggest and best yet, and it appears they may have pulled it off.
The Westpac Rescue helicopter touching down at the South Island Agricultural Field Days at Kirwi in Canterbury, just one of the many attractions on show over the 3-day farming showcase. Organisers say the biannual event attracted nearly 650 exhibitors.
It's the biggest that we've been. We are the oldest field days in New Zealand, so we started in 1951, and field days around New Zealand has grown into what it is ever since that.
It's the 3rd time the event's been held at the Kirwi site, with the vast expanse of land meaning exhibitors are able to provide live demonstrations of some of their more hefty products.
There's some expensive pieces of equipment being demonstrated, so we thank the exhibitors for putting, their money where their mouth is too, I guess, and supporting our event and demonstrating their products.
And while there was plenty on show to impress those in the industry, there was also a push to attract newcomers to it as well.
So we've got some quizzes, and the Go Dairy quiz for people to do, which helps people understand what careers they want to achieve and they can get to.
So these careers are centred around dairy farming and also agri-science and agri-business. So 3 completely different parts of the sector, but all strongly encouraged to follow into.
Over 30,000 people passed through the gates over the 3 days, although a dollar value hasn't yet been determined.
Yeah, it's not all about the spending at the field days. I think the majority of the companies here just love the referrals that they get. A lot of farmers will go away, have a think about it, and then within the following few months make their decisions.
And the next chance they'll have to come back won't be until March 2021. In Kirwi, the South Today.
And still to come on the South Today, Southern Police have had a busy weekend with many incidents being recorded, and we meet a young ballerina about to stretch her wings in New York. We'll see you after the break.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren. His Garador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Green Island Medical Centre have 2 late night clinics. We are now open on a Tuesday and Thursday night until 7 p.m. with doctor and nurse appointments available. Phone us on 488 2754 to make a booking or to find out more information.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Ricky here from Beds Are Us Dunedin. It's our birthday. Up to 50% off Sleepyhead beds. Plus, we will give you a free gift with all beds over $9.99. March only. Come see us at Beds Are Us Dunedin.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Tune in to Eastern Light Filmworks every week.
Welcome back. It's been a steady weekend for Dunedin Police. A motorcycle store was the scene of dramatic smash and grab last night. Police say a vehicle rammed through a sliding door at McIver and Veitch, causing significant damage. A KTM motorcycle worth over $16,000 was stolen in a late-night ram raid. Those responsible remain at large. Meanwhile, a drunk teenager was arrested at the weekend after attempting to break into cars with a screwdriver in South Dunedin. Melina Ellen Griffiths is chasing her dream all the way to New York after being selected to take part in a prestigious competition. The aspiring young Christchurch dancer is about to enter a contest which has been referred to as the Olympics of Ballet.
One of the main goals for us as a family is actually if we can find what the girls are passionate about and they can follow those passions, then I feel that life will be easier, that they will be happier. So that's really what our goal is just to assist them to do what they want to do, what they love to do, and they can get those opportunities.
I'm going over to New York to do a competition, the biggest competition for my age. It's called the YGP, which stands for the Youth American Grand Prix. It's the biggest competition for my age group. I'm very lucky to get in it. Not many people get in.
There's about 10,000 kids, they said this year, that have actually auditioned to get in, and 350 have got through.
Oh, when Melina got in, I was really excited for her. She's so talented, I thought she would get in.
We're really proud of her, really, and it's really a result of a lot of the hard work that she puts into it, and it just shows.
So I'd usually get up around 6 o'clock in the morning and I would do my maths, and then I'd get on to warming up and doing my ballet exercises, and then I'd go through some of my level 4 bar work, and then after that I'd try and remember some of my level 5 for this year.
Goodbye. We made it.
Well, it was really, something was required, so something had to be put together. As is with most projects, it's a little bit unfinished. There should be a few more holes there, but it'll do for now. It's an all-round thing, really. We all do our little bit. They put in the work with the ballet, we put in the work with finding the money to pay for the ballet.
It's a huge cost commitment. With going away, it's something that we really can't afford, but we're going to make happen. The competition is actually a scholarship competition, and what it is the company directors from big companies throughout the world come and watch the children, and then the older children, they might actually give them jobs pretty much on the spot after seeing them dancing, and others they might give summer intensives and training and just different things like that.
I've missed out with a few of the competitions in previous years, so this is one that I felt like I didn't really want to miss out on.
Yeah, we have taken on some extra work and extra cleaning jobs so that we can actually help to pay for some of the fees, because the fees is really tough every term.
And also she has to buy the hair stuff and all the things we need, all the point shoes, the ballet shoes, the ribbons.
Yeah, even yesterday the girls said that maybe we cut that back on something, but it's like, what do we cut back on? So yeah, we're doing everything we can for them. Sorry.
You just got to put in the hard yards to get where they need to go. For the kids, absolutely worth it. Yeah, it's going to be something that they're going to look back on and be proud and be glad that they went and did and achieved. I don't think that's any other way. Yeah, and for us that means that's what we want. We want is for them to be able to do something, or for them to show that they've done something and be proud of something.
After the break on The South Today, we have a wrap of Dunedin's Fringe Festival after the final curtain falls, and we have a look at the weather for the start of the working week. See you soon.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren. His Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Welcome back. Former Otago and All Black captain Ron Elvidge has died. Elvidge was the oldest living All Black and Otago rugby great. He played 30 games for Otago and 9 tests for New Zealand. He captained both Otago and the All Blacks. He died in Auckland on Saturday, aged 96. Meanwhile, All Blacks and Highlanders halfback Aaron Smith has signed a new 2-year deal with New Zealand Rugby and the Highlanders through to 2021. The Sorry Shop has been awarded a prize for the best visual art at the Dunedin Fringe Festival. Behind painted windows in George Street, the Sorry Shop was a satirical work which aimed to shine a light on the mental health system.
In an unused retail space in Dunedin last week sat the Sorry Shop, part of the Dunedin Fringe Festival. Actor director Liz Manson says she wanted to shine a light on the mental health system.
I've painted the apology that I received from the nurse manager of a community mental health team on the window of the Sorry Shop.
Replete with a paper mache horse head for her performance, she takes common discriminatory language used in the mental health system and places it in a different context, painting the words in the style of Colin McCann, famed for his use of the words I am, the same words at the start of her apology letter.
I lost my I am, I lost my I am a citizen, I lost my voice to articulate what I needed and was told what I needed, and hence 8 years later I got an apology.
In collaboration with the Fringe Festival, public art organisation the Dunedin Dream Brokerage provided a venue for the performance behind painted windows on George Street.
Some people inquire more as to the message or look it up online, and some shake their heads and it's not for them, but that's sort of what art is about. So it just depends on their own experience how they respond to it.
And while the Sorry Shop featured among the award winners, the top prize for Best in Fringe was awarded to the British duo behind the modern day retelling of Orpheus in Dunedin, the South today.
And now time for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Mr. Hayden Meikle.
Good evening, Mr. Baser, sir. How are you?
Sir, that's a bit close so far.
Did you get fooled by the ODT April Fool's story?
No, but I laughed out loud and I pranked both my sons.
It was well done, and given some of the feedback we've got, a few people were taken in, so mission successful.
Mission accomplished. Go, Mr. Lockray.
Let's start with the photo tonight, which is good. Always good to start with the photo. This is a lovely yarn for tomorrow's ODT. Peter Dick Optometrist, great Dunedin business. I think you and I perhaps have both been through those doors, Daryl, or not. Katrina French is this woman here, and Katrina has an interesting story to tell. She's the latest generation to join Peter Dick Optometrist, the 5th, I think, or the 6th. And would you believe she's the first person not called Peter Dick to join the family business. So it's a lovely photo, it's a fascinating story, and a really nice yarn in tomorrow's paper.
That's a great yarn. What a cool... So the first in 5 generations it's not...
Isn't that good? And she, in fact, joked she may have to, change her name to have a chance to get into the business, but she hasn't had to. So that's very, very good.
No Petrinas or...
No, that's right, no. Also, we're looking down south, Clutha Police reporting high numbers of call-outs outside rostered hours. The Mayor, Brian Cadogan's very concerned about it. I think a small staff of about 5 police down there, and last year they had over 300 call-outs outside rostered hours. He's saying that's unacceptable. There's some concern around that. So there'll be interest too, I guess, in other regions and whether that's becoming a bit of a common theme for police. Now here's a nice yarn, and you'll love this one too. So the Dunedin Harbour Master is to get a boat for the first time, which is good, and they're calling on the public to help name that boat. And of course, what could possibly go wrong? They've already said no boaty McBoatfaces.
Tony McTugface?
So that was obviously my suggestion, but that's definitely out. And in the world of rugby, sad news and great news. So the sad news, obviously, Ron Elvidge, the great man, is dead at 96, an immortal figure really in Otago rugby, so we'll hear more about him in tomorrow's paper. But great news today as well. Aaron Smith, such a key figure of the Highlanders, staying on for 2 years. So that's fantastic for the Highlanders, fantastic for All Black fans. We'll get to see one of the greatest halfbacks of all time for another 2 years at least. Great news.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Hayden. All that and more in tomorrow's ODT. Now time for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the situation, a cooler week ahead as we move into April, with cold fronts due on Thursday, likely to bring frosty nights and chilly days by the end of the week. Heading up to the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect clear skies and 17 degrees. Heading to Nelson and Blenheim, you're looking slightly cloudy with highs predicted to be around 19 degrees. In Canterbury, it's a few showers and a high of 14 degrees for Kaikoura, cloudy in Christchurch with 15, and a few clouds and 14 for Ashburton. In the southern towns, plan for moderate southwesterlies and clear skies. The Catalans, Lumsden and Gore all due to reach 13 degrees, and Balclutha is the leader of this pack on 14. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, where you're due to have light southwesterlies and fine weather. Wanaka heads for 16, Queenstown and Alexandra you're due for 15, while those in Tiano should plan for 13 degrees. Heading up to the northern towns, Twizel and Omarama, you're in for light winds and fine weather. Twizel you're aiming for 16 degrees, and Omarama is set to reach 17. Timaru and Oamaru, you should plan for moderate southwesterlies and 14. In Dunedin, cloudy tonight with fresh westerly winds and an overnight low of 9. Mostly cloudy tomorrow with scattered showers around midday, with fresh gusty southwesterlies, looking at a high of 13 degrees and a low of 4. Fine and cool on Wednesday with sunny periods and northeast winds developing, a high of 14 and a low of 8. Heading down to Invercargill, mostly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 8 degrees, mostly fine and sunny tomorrow with scattered cloud, heading for a high of 14 and a low of 7. Sunny periods at first on Wednesday, but increasing during the day, looking at a high of 14 degrees and an overnight low of 11. And that's all for our news this Monday. For the latest news from the southern region, please head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.